Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Spending Recap Sunday. Join me. Hello, beautiful budgeters. It's been a hot minute since I've done any videos. This is my Spending Recap Sunday, and I missed last Sunday because I was out of town. So, if you are new here, I am a zero-based budgeter, and I go over what I spent the previous week in this video. However, and I usually go in detail, guys. Like, I really tell you guys where everything is going, why I spent it, everything. However, since I am a week behind, because now I have a new job and I travel and I'm not too sure how I'm going to be able to find the time for filming and budgeting. No, I find the time for budgeting, but find the time for filming and kind of the logistics of it. That's going to be difficult. And when I can film the videos, if I can film them on the road, on the go, if I have to wait and bulk film and then just release them, what am I going to do there? And then secondly, my husband is not working right now, so we are not getting paid every Friday like we used to. We are getting paid every other Friday with my paycheck. So I missed last where the funds came from my last paycheck, and this paycheck, yesterday's paycheck. So I'm filming this on Sunday, but yesterday's paycheck was my husband's paycheck, and it was his last paycheck from his job, which was way under. We usually budget about $1,000 for him, and he received $490.45. He has decided that he's going to take a little vacation. I recently was in Oklahoma for 2 weeks, and I am in a week. I will be, so not this week coming up, but next week, so the 3rd of March, I'll be going to Denver for 2 weeks. And we've never been to Denver. And if you guys know anything about me and my husband really like to spend time doing things together. So that's where our money goes, on traveling and really having these experiences with each other rather than buying material things. We don't really buy a lot of material things besides our collectibles, but our spending is pretty frugal to us, in our eyes, depending on what we used to spend it. How we used to spend it, So anyways, I told him that, my husband's been working since he was a teenager, just like me. I've had a job since I was 15. So anytime we can take a break, we had enough in savings. He's worked really hard. I want him to find a job that he's going to love and where he can live his best life, because I'm traveling again. I'm really enjoying my job. Yes, I've only been at my current job for 3 weeks now, but I'm in heaven. So I really want him to find that same headspace, and I want him to live his best life. Okay, so spending recap. It's going to be a quick video because I am just going to go over the categories, and then I'm going to go over some happy mail that I got. So the spending recap is going to be from the 8th through the 14th, and then the 15th through the 22nd, because today that I'm filming it's going to be from the 7th through, let me see, I don't know, the 8th through the 13th, so 8th through the 13th, and then the 14th through the 20th. So we always do that Friday paycheck through the Thursday. So even though today is the 22nd and I'm going to post this video tomorrow on the 23rd, I would go over the previous Friday through Thursday spending. So you're not too far behind, and I'm far behind in YouTube land, but not too far behind, to say the least. Anyways, I hope this makes sense to you guys. If you are new, if you're not new, then this is the way I've been doing it. I just missed a week. Okay, so the 8th through the 13th, we paid bills $269.45. Now, guys, I have been tracking my expenses while I've been traveling, while my husband's been traveling with me. And so we have not missed anything. But because it's 2 weeks worth of spending, I didn't want to drag this video on longer than it had to be. Okay? So, bills $269.45. Okay. So I budget $100 per week for us. 25 goes into our personal wallet, 75 goes into digital cash, so our Venmo and Cash App accounts. So I get mine every 2 weeks. I didn't cancel my personal money, but I did decrease my husband's just a little bit, just because he's not working right now and he doesn't necessarily need those much funds. Plus, it all went to traveling. So I still kept mine $150. And instead of using it for out to eat, since my company pays for me to eat while I'm on location, which is so nice, guys, like so nice, that I used it on activities while we were out there and other things. So we did end up buying a new projector. Ours in the new house is, our projector is like, it's so big and noisy and it gets so hot. So we bought a more compact one just to see if we can get it working a little better. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to go, but we bought one, $152.23. So hopefully the bigger one we can put towards like travel and camping and those types of things. And then we can use the smaller one that I bought for the loft space that we're moving into, or I can take it on location with me if I need to. So it's that compact, so to travel with it. All right, you're going to start to see a lot of travel expenses. So my husband flew out to Oklahoma, $596.67. Our entertainment and activities for that time period was $58.47. So that's us going to a museum or anything like that. So definitely within our budget per se, because we usually do date night at like $75. So $58, I'm perfectly fine with that. Dining out is where you're going to see an increase. Groceries are going to decrease, since we don't necessarily spend money for groceries when we're not going to be anywhere. So dining out did increase to $312.67. That is $200 over budget, because we usually do $75 to $100 for dining out, and that's $300. And that's just him and me sometimes, like on the weekends when I'm not on assignment. If I'm on assignment, then they pay for my food. Miscellaneous, $10.19, and then, so those were all travel expenses. So work, $19.27. So you're going to start to see some work categories on here. Some things I just want for work to make it more convenient while I'm traveling and those types of things. It shouldn't be too much more going when I'm going later. I'm just buying things that I need now. Groceries, we did buy a little bit of groceries for my mom, $57.22. When I was here the weekend, 7th and the 8th. That is a weekend there. And 7th, 8th, and 9th. On the 10th, I was already in Oklahoma. Car maintenance, $25. Fuel, $45. Personal, $20, $22. Clothes, $3.25. Medicine, $18.48. So a total spending of $17.38.12. I know it sounds like a lot, but given the previous week of $3,100 of spending, I'm super happy with that. If you minus bills and my allowance and the travel, we only spent on our categories $340.67. So love that for us. Now, the week prior, and we'll go to actual Valentine's Day. So this is miscellaneous. I zelled my former employee $20 because she sent me my mail. A bill to $12. You can see here, dining out on Valentine's Day, Whataburger, $6.62. That was for my husband. My company, because I was on assignment, paid for my portion of Whataburger. YouTube sub, which was the bill, $10.81. Travel entertainment, Michael's. This is where we bought some of the paint supplies, $19.81. We bought the stuff before. Is it down here? Where is it? No. Yeah, we bought it a couple of days before when he got there to plan for what we were going to do for Valentine's Day, which was Barnes & Noble's $58.47. So you can see it here. So we also ate out. We've been with my mom for some pets. Souvenirs. We found this local, well, I found it on TikTok, which was this local like collectible store called Beloved Bones. And my husband bought like a sad clown that he wants to hang up, $14.13. So not that much. Then we went to Botanical Gardens in Oklahoma. So beautiful. I had such a good time there, and I don't know if my husband really liked being there. I liked being there, so he did make it a nice time for me. So if he didn't like being there, he acted like he liked being there, and it was very beautiful. So that to get in was $14.94, and then we bought souvenirs for $22.81. Actually, I think this is backwards. I think to get in was $22.81, and then souvenirs are $14.94, but I'm not entirely sure. So, oh yeah, to get in, I don't know. We had brunch earlier that day, and it was only $19.58 for his portion, and then my company paid for mine. And then the other activity we did, we went to immersive art, and it was called Factory Obscura, and this was in OKC, so Oklahoma City. And so that activity was actually $52.14 to get in, so the tickets were kind of expensive, but our souvenirs were only $29.88, which I loved. I bought some Happy Planner stickers from the 80s, and so retro. It was super cute. And then my husband bought some like stickers and stuff like that. So the most expensive thing was my sticker packet that I would use for my planning, and it was $20 for that. I found this other collectible shop called Craig's Emporium, and we bought a really nice like souvenir cup from there, and we bought my husband bought a poster and those things, and so the cup was $50 already. So it was really pretty. I loved it. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw it, so I really wanted it. And then we bought some like stickers and stuff, and a poster. So the $50 out of the 70 was me. And then dining out, clothes at Target. It was so cold in Oklahoma, guys. Like, it was one day, and I'm from Texas, so it being 1 or 2 degrees not having it. But so I did not necessarily pack. I mean, I packed for cold weather because I knew it was going to be cold, so I packed for cold weather, but I didn't pack like furry socks. Like, my socks were so thin, it was like, my legs were super cold because I had taken slacks for work. So I ended up buying some warmer clothes, $32.48 at Target. Personal things, again, traveling and just us being snowed in and not really, like, my husband going and not sure what we needed to buy and those types of things, $42.89. That won't be every time. And then this, he needed one of those TSA approved bathroom pouches, like bath pouches, and that was $2.93. So that's the travel miscellaneous. Then we did buy little groceries at 7-Eleven for him, $13.19. A bill came out, $8.65 for Peacock Plus. The plus portion for no commercials is $6.50. The annual bill for my CVS Care Card is $48. This does sound kind of high, but I get so much coupons for the CVS, and I do shop there, that it's well worth over this. Like, sometimes I go in and I get a bunch of things and I don't even have to pay anything because I have so much money saved up. So this $48 is well worth it. I'm going to keep doing that every year. Dining out at the hotel, my husband's portion was $21.53, and we dined out at Outback the next day, $62.71 for my husband's portion. And then the last night we were there, we dined out at a spot called Charleston. My husband's portion was $39.64. So that is our spending for this past week. For us. Now, this past week, bills, $28.08. An annual bill came out, $48. Miscellaneous, $20. Pets, $40. Clothes, $32.48. Personal, $42.89. And groceries, $13.19. So again, you can see groceries is very minimal because we were in Oklahoma for my husband. I was there for 2 weeks. My husband was there for like a week and a half. He flew out, and we spent Valentine's weekend there, and then he spent the next week there. It was just cheaper for him to fly back with me as opposed to him just coming for the weekend. So travel, dining out this week, the 14th to the 20th, so he was here this entire time, it was $217.38. So you can see that went down. Entertainment and activities did go up, $86.89, but still well within budget, which means we still did things together and bought things to, like, super cute. If I can put a picture here, I will. But for Valentine's Day, I'm not a big Valentine's person, guys. Like, I don't necessarily like to celebrate it. My husband used to want to celebrate it, but then I guess I said it enough to where he agrees with me now. Like, I feel like you should express love every day, not just on Valentine's Day. Plus, me being so cheap, I hate to go out on Valentine's Day. It is ridiculous. Like, everything increases in price. Dining out is just like limited menu. You're out with so many people, and then you feel bad. Like, your partner feels bad if they don't get you like the biggest bouquet or teddy bear or whatever. And I rather, like, we ate Whataburger for Valentine's Day, which I love Whataburger. And it wasn't expensive. It wasn't crowded. And then we got to go back to the hotel, and we painted together. So he picked out this paint by numbers thing, and that's the picture that I'm going to put here. And, like, we painted together, guys. Like, it was so much fun. And we spent time together as opposed to fighting the crowds and trying to be romantic in a crowded setting. So I really just love this for us. So yeah, okay. So we are going to end with our affirmation, and maybe I'll be able to put it before we start talking about everything, but I am not entirely sure, because I feel like when I miss a week of filming, guys, like I feel like I don't know how to film anymore. Okay, so your affirmation for today is, excuse me, I choose to start today with a smile. So choose to start today with a smile. What is the one thing I can do today that can make someone else's life better? How can I accomplish this? Okay, so this being Saturday night, Sunday. Okay, so I've already done this. So if you guys don't know too much about me, and if you're new, then you might not know that I am pretty much the caregiver for my household. I also take care of my mom's home, because she takes care of our dogs for us. When I was out of town in a different city, I couldn't take my dogs with me, and so she moved into the tiny house on some land, and we agreed to pay the rent, and as long as that she would take care of our dogs for us. Well, she agreed to do this because she pays my brother's rent. So my brother, or she helps my brother pay rent, I should say. So my brother I do try to help him as much as I can, but he is a proud man and very stubborn. And so anyways, he wants help, but he wants help in the way he wants help. So if it's not in the way that he asks, or the form that he thinks he should get help, then he doesn't accept it, which is really hard. Well, my husband and I were talking, because my brother's car has been broken for months now, and it's really hard for him to get around, and he can't get a better job. He wants a better job, and he's like, I can if I don't have a car, and those types of things. So with me traveling now, my car is just sitting here. So I recommended that we would assist him with, we have an extra vehicle, that possibly, lending him a vehicle until, and or helping him figure out how he can repair his other vehicle, like his broken vehicle. So that is something that I'm trying to do to make his life better. And how we're going to accomplish this is like trying to present it in a way that we're like showing that we're there for him, and maybe he can accept our help and swallow his pride a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. What have you guys done what can you do to make somebody's day, make them smile? I know I went a little bit into a tangent with that, so I apologize. Okay, if I was able to fit this before, let's get started. If I was not able to fit that in, we are going to end our video. That was spending weekly recap. I apologize if it was one short, too long if I couldn't edit correctly, and 3 just content you didn't want to hear about. So want to say thank you for clicking on my channel anyways. If you could please look and see if you're still subscribed to me, because sometimes YouTube takes you off. And if you want to help my channel grow, make sure you're publicly subscribed, comment, and share my video. Thank you guys. Happy budgeting. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.